As the sun blazes over Gettysburg on the second day of battle, Union forces hold a precarious position along a fishhook-shaped line. At the very tip of the hook lies Little Round Top, the critical high ground anchoring the Union left flank. In the afternoon, General Lee unleashes Lieutenant General James Longstreet's fierce assault, aiming to seize the hill. Waves of Confederate troops storm up the rocky slopes, determined to take the position. The Union defenders, outnumbered and desperate, scramble to hold the high ground. If Little Round Top falls, Confederate cannons will dominate the field, threatening the entire Union line, and perhaps the fate of the war itself. The battle rages, and the future of the nation hangs in the balance atop that hill. The battlefield trembles with the weight of history, as the Union's survival hinges on this one brutal clash. The Union left flank, if lost, could unravel everything, opening the door for a Confederate victory and changing the course of America forever. Through the Warrior Pro app, we transport you to the very heart of Gettysburg. No travel required. As the screen opens, you are greeted by a breathtaking bird's-eye view of the Union line, just as it stretched across the battlefield on that fateful second day. But let's zoom in. There, atop the rocky summit of Little Round Top, stand the same boulders that once sheltered Union soldiers. With the power of the Warrior VR app, you can fully immerse yourself in the terrain, just as General Warren did, seeing the vantage points, the slopes, and the crucial high ground that could shift the course of a battle. This in-person, 360-degree view shows what a two-dimensional map could never capture. Now, let's take it one step further. Through the Warrior VR app, you can actually step into the boots of the soldiers defending Little Round Top. Feel the intensity of the moment as you join your fellow troops on the rocky slopes, watching the enemy approach. You're not just observing history, you're living it, standing shoulder to shoulder with the men who held the line, experiencing the battle as they did. This revolutionary immersive technology allows you to see the exact perspective the enemy had as they attacked. As you close in on each other, you must fight, using your controllers to thrust and parry with your bayonet, reload, aim, and fire. This gamified experience lets you earn points based on your combat performance, comparing how you fought against others in real time. It's not just a simulation, it's a chance to step into history and test your leadership under fire. As the battle intensifies, you're no longer just a spectator. You're a soldier, transported through time to fight for control of Little Round Top. The chaos of war surrounds you, the clash of bayonets, the boom of cannon fire, the desperate cries of men holding the line. You feel the weight of responsibility as you and your comrades defend the critical Union flank. Each decision, each move, could mean victory or defeat. But the experience doesn't end there. Once the smoke clears, you'll be faced with the same harrowing leadership dilemmas the real commanders encountered on that battlefield. Questions that test your judgment, your courage, and your ability to make tough calls under pressure. These are the same challenges faced by the leaders who shaped the course of history, proof that leadership itself never changes, even if time and technology do. In the after-battle debrief, we'll dissect these decisions, comparing them to modern-day leadership challenges. You'll discover how the same traits, decisiveness, resilience, strategic thinking, are as crucial in today's boardroom as they were on the battlefield. Together, we'll take the lessons learned from history and apply them to conquer the leadership challenges of today's ever-evolving world. We are now entering the third and final day of battle, the moment that will decide the fate of Gettysburg. Orient yourselves to Pickett's division, poised for their legendary charge. Soon, we'll be joining his men as they march across that open field in a desperate, fateful attack. The air is thick with tension, the odds daunting, and history is about to be made. prepare yourselves for what's to come as we step into the ranks of Pickett's division and experience one of the most pivotal moments of the Civil War. We begin at the base of the towering Virginia Monument, where General Robert E. Lee, mounted on his loyal horse, Traveler, surveys the battlefield with quiet pride. As a soldier in Pickett's division, you're preparing for what will become one of the most infamous assaults in history, Pickett's Charge. You glance around, heart pounding, and spot Little Round Top looming in the distance. A chill runs down your spine as you realize, if you can see them, they can see you. Your eyes are drawn to the Federal artillery, Napoleon 12-pounder cannons, capable of devastating fire at a range of 1,200 meters. You take some small comfort knowing that, for now, you stand just beyond their deadly reach at 2,400 meters. But with every step forward, the safety of that distance will disappear, and soon you will be within the jaws of fire. The gravity of what lies ahead begins to sink in as you prepare for the charge that will test your courage, your resolve, and your place in history. You receive the command to march, your heart pounding in rhythm with the steady footsteps of your fellow soldiers. As you step off, Little Round Top remains in your sight, but now something becomes clear. The ground ahead isn't the smooth, gentle slope you'd imagined. It's a landscape of undulating hills, swells, and rolling terrain. Each dip offers you brief moments of cover, shielding you from the cannons atop Little Round Top that have begun their thunderous barrage. In that moment, you realize this is likely the first time your commanders, Longstreet and even General Lee, are truly seeing the challenges of the terrain. The dips and swells, though a temporary refuge from the artillery, also create confusion. From their vantage point, they can't see your progress. They can't tell if you've been torn apart by double canister shot or if you're still advancing under the growing storm of musket fire. The very terrain that offers you protection is now a challenge for your leaders as they lose sight of the battlefield, unaware if their bold attack is faltering or surging forward. You are now within musket range, the crack of gunfire and thunder of cannons filling the air. The command comes, "Quick time." Your pace hastens into a slow jog as the chaos around you intensifies. On your right, more and more of your comrades fall as the enemy's fire begins to zero in. Then the order comes again, "Double quick." And suddenly you're sprinting, heart pounding, breath short. In that instant, a tremendous explosion shakes the ground. You look to your right, and your comrades disappear, swallowed by a cloud of thick, gray smoke. The realization hits hard. Little Round Top's artillery has found its mark. The barrage grows fiercer, cannon fire ripping through your right flank. Soldiers fall like leaves in a storm, and the once strong line begins to disintegrate. Fear tightens your throat as you finally grasp the importance of that high ground. The hill you failed to take now rains death upon you, and one by one, your fellow soldiers are torn apart by the relentless flanking fire. Every step forward feels like a desperate struggle for survival, as the battlefield transforms into a brutal test of will against the overwhelming force of history. As the battle subsides, a new set of leadership questions appears on the screen. These prompts let you document your decisions, mirroring those faced by commanders. Your selections will guide the debrief, where we'll discuss how these choices shaped the battle and apply to modern leadership challenges. Switch between first person, standing with legendary warriors, and a strategic bird's-eye view. The app's gamified combat scenarios put your decisions to the test, with real outcomes. You'll experience the thrill of battle and be challenged by leadership questions that mirror those faced by battlefield commanders.